So you want to start reenacting World War II but don't know where to start? In this video, I'm going to tell you just how to do that. Alright, well, let's jump right into it, starting off with step number 1. For step number 1, you want to ask yourself, what and who do you want to reenact? Do you want to reenact German, American, British? What do you want to reenact? Now that you've chosen what country you want to reenact, you got to think to yourself, what branch or unit do I want to reenact? Do you want to reenact United States Army, United States Marine Corps, German Army, whatever it may be? Think to yourself, what unit or branch do I want to reenact? And once you have that picked out, now you can think to yourself, for example, if I pick United States Army, do I want to be an airborne unit or an infantry unit? Whatever it may be, you're going to pick that out, and then you can narrow it down even further from there. Such as, maybe you want to be the 1st Infantry Division, or if you chose airborne, the 101st Airborne, the 82nd Airborne. Get that unit, and from there, it'll be a lot easier. So now that you know what unit you're doing, you can actually start to build and piece together your impression. The main thing, the number one thing that you want to do when starting your impression is research. Research. You want to do a lot of research so you don't go out and buy a piece of gear you need that maybe your unit didn't use. So you want to do a lot of research before you go out and start buying things and building your impression. So when researching, you want to look at a lot of original photos, watch a lot of videos, a lot of documentaries, read forums, read books, read through a bunch of websites. Just narrow down what you need for your impression, and then you can start going out and buying things. So when it comes to buying things, what do you buy? Do you buy original or do you buy reproduction? Well, this totally, in my opinion, depends on the item that you are buying. For example, if you're going to buy wool trousers, I would go with original. You can find originals on eBay, Facebook Marketplace, World War II events, and a lot of times they are cheaper than a reproduction would be. But let's say maybe you're too tall to fit into originals, then obviously buy reproduction. So what I recommend is starting off with the basic uniform and web gear that you will need. So you can start by looking on eBay and Facebook Marketplace, and then also World War II websites that sell reproductions, and compare prices, see if originals will work for that specific piece of equipment or uniform. So once you've decided if you're going to buy a reproduction or original piece of that gear or uniform, here is how to go about it. Now, let's say you decide to buy an original. I recommend looking on Facebook Marketplace, eBay, and definitely go to World War II reenactments and events, and there's usually a lot of vendors and stuff for sale there. And even check out antique stores and all those places you can find original gear and uniforms. Now, on the other hand, if you're gonna buy reproduction, there's a lot of websites and companies that make and sell reproductions, such as At the Front, World War II Impressions, What Price Glory, SM Wholesale. Down in the description below, I will link a bunch of websites that sell nice reproduction gear. So now that you've started building up your impression and getting gear and uniforms, now you go back to that unit you decided to portray, that you built your impression around. Let's say you picked 1st Infantry Division. You can go to reenactments, look for a 1st Infantry Division unit, and ask them if they're willing to have you join their unit, talk to them, get to know them, and you could go from there. Or on At the Front, they have links to, or they have a link to a bunch of there's a list of a bunch of World War II reenactment groups and where they're located. So that's one way to go. I'll put that list in the description. Another good way to find groups to join is on Facebook or Instagram. A lot of them will have pages for their group, and you can message them on there and ask them if you could join their unit. So you just, now that you build up your impression, you go and find a unit to reenact with, and then from there you can start attending events. So those are some good ways to go about finding and joining a unit to reenact with. And once you join that unit, now you can start attending events. And when you do that, say you don't have all your gear yet, that's okay. A lot of units have some loaner gear that they can lend out to you for the first few events, just to get you started, get your feet wet, and see how you like it. So that way, if you don't like it, you don't have to buy even more gear. But you're gonna like it. It's lots of fun, and yeah, that's how you can get started reenacting. You got to decide what impression you're gonna do, and then build that impression, find a unit, and start attending events with them. And I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope this helped, and don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one.